are back here with our painting of these guys, these little dudes. So today, I think we're going to be painting all the metal stuff. So anything that will be metal is what we're going to be really tackling today. Which, in order, we're going to start off with using a Army Painter gunmetal, which is pretty much lead belcher from Citadel or Warhammer Paints, since they decided to change their name. So to do that, we're going to first start off just doing a couple little blobs right here. There's a little blob right there. So we can get started. Now this is going to be a little different from how we have been doing it, our painting, since before we've been doing a lot of speed paint. This is actually going to be more of like regular layering. So this is a brand new brush. You can see that it still has all that the factory glue on there. So I'm going to put it in the water just to break up the glue. And now you can see kind of like brushes on there a little bit easier. So, and this is a number 4. It's a little bit bigger than what I'd normally use for this, but I want to experiment. Usually they go smaller, so we're going to try going a little bit too big. Or maybe a little bit bigger than I normally would. So, dab it in there. And next I will just thin it a little bit on my thumb. And start painting it on. Nice and slowly. Just get a nice thin layer on there. Everywhere where we want that steel look. Not really a silver, but more of a steel. This color. Which is really what we're trying to get to. Take that bit. Try to be very careful around the edges right there where that skin is, because I don't want to go over the skin and ruin what we've already made with that skin, since the skin is looking really nice. Yeah. Been a couple weeks since we've done this, so I've been really looking forward to getting back in here with you guys and really focusing on doing some more hammer painting, since I've been wanting to do this for the past week, but we just haven't had time to do it here on the channel. I really do like doing the hobby side of Warhammer. It's always very, very, I wouldn't say entertaining, I would say calming. It's nice and relaxing just to sit down and paint. And honestly, I decided to put a paint and sip on this one, since there's one spot in my local area that's always inviting me to do paint and sips, which isn't really Warhammer painting. It's more of like I think more like a traditional canvas painting. But I've been really wanting to join. Been really wanting to just check it out, see what's going on there. I really want to do it like this, so which is like more of a natural position for me. So I'm going to adjust our camera quick. So we're going to tilt it forward, or I just want to adjust the camera so it's a little bit more of a more natural painting position. How's it look for you guys? You like that? That a little bit better? I think that's good, right? I think that's pretty decent. Let me know if you guys want me to change any angles. Just put it in chat. I can definitely change that angle for you guys. And don't be afraid to talk in chat. Hey, Tesla. Very nice to meet you. How are you doing? How's your Wednesday afternoon? I just got off work and just ate lunch, so I've been looking forward to this all day. Just sitting down painting Warhammer. Definitely one of the highlights of my Wednesdays is just sitting here doing this. Try to do it more, but Wednesday's the day that I need to make time for it, or I have a good amount of time on Wednesday to do this outside of the normal streams with the game where we play games. Hey, Asar. Very nice to meet you. Number one. Yes, you are. Very nice to meet all of you, though. Well, we're just painting some. My brush feels a little stuck on that tip, so we're just gonna wipe off the paint or dip in some water so we can keep going. Yes, you are. Let's see. We'll get around. What is that? This is or let me get a better angle on it, but this is a Warhammer Blood Bowl model. It's orc from the Thunder Valley Greenskins. And what we're going to do with it is, in order to play, first we need to paint up the model, obviously, which is what we're doing now. And then later we will be playing at our local friendly game store with this model. It's kind of like a little, it's a tabletop game, you know, that you play with friends. And it comes in gray sprues, which you can see that we've kind of got past that part. And now we're on to the painting part, which we're almost there, actually. We're gonna put on this, repaint the pink. No. The reason I'm not going to repaint the pink is because that's more of like a base layer that I did for more like highlighting. So ultimately that pink will be gone. It was mainly to get the definition that you see in that green. So what's going to happen is we're going to put this steel on there everywhere where you see the pink. So then it'll turn into a metallic, since the steel that you're seeing is a lot thicker than that pink, so it'll easily blend over. And then we can go back over with a red, with like a very thinned out red. And that will then turn our armor into like a metallic red, which is what we're kind of looking for with this guy. Since I'm trying to make some, my goal is to make these guys like a word bearers from 40K theme, if you know what that is. But I want to be very careful around that green, because I don't want to, it'll be hard for me to go over to touch up the green once the silver gets on top of it, just because the metallics really like to bleed through, especially with the way that we did our green. So we're going to take our time. We're not in a rush. We're not like speed painting this quickly. We have time. So if we spend 3 hours on this one boot, then I guess we spend 3 hours on this one boot, but I really hope that we don't spend 3 hours on this one boot, since we have so much of the model to still cover. I care more about this being a very nice looking model over getting the model done quickly, which is kind of how I approach a lot of my paints, where I just care about us doing a very good job, so that we can kind of put it on the shelf, say we're done with it, and move on to our next project, and be proud of the work that we've done. And if someone else gets inspired to do Warhammer or paint or anything like that, I think that is a very cool thing. And if it does inspire you, maybe you can show some of the work you've done later, I guess. I don't know. Streaming this helps me keep consistent with my hobby, though. So that's why this is a little bit different from what we normally do on the channel. But it seems to do very well whenever I do it, which I try to do this once a week. Okay, that's that boot. Move on to the next one. Another boot. Get that booty. But I really like doing metallics. A lot of people don't like metallics. I think metallics are very easy. Holding the model, on the other hand, is very difficult for me. I don't know why. I feel like holding the model is the hardest part of painting. What's your favorite gaming snack or drink? Is a QA question? Yeah. That's weird. I don't know. I don't do a lot of these lives to know how mobile lives really work. I do more live streaming on the computer, but to each their own, you know. To each their own for show. Okay, we're gonna get a nice good coverage on our model. Really want to get into that nook right there. Take our time getting in there. Really just caress it with the bristles. Not trying to force anything to happen. Trying to work with the brush. I don't like this, or it doesn't really matter because a lot of this will be covered by mud later. But yeah, it is what it is. Definitely is what it is. Okay, we'll wet this paint a little bit because it seems to be starting to stick. Dry off the brush just a little bit and get a little bit more paint. Here we go. And now, let's see. Is that part of the boot right there? Maybe. I'm trying to, I don't want to get his skin with the metallic. That right there definitely is. Right there's like a little bit of a lip. So I'm going to just knock that quick. I don't want to leave any holes that we have to go over later. Since you're kind of looking at the models being almost complete. So the better we do this one step, the better. I think this is part of the boot. Nice and patient. Just like that. We're going from the inside of the boot, which is going to be a little more difficult. Since I'm working inside a paint booth where my brush likes to hit the wall of our paint booth. So that is a thing that we're going to have to watch out for. Because that might knock my brush into the model the way that I don't want it to. There we go. Flip over the inside so you guys can see that a little bit better. And just keep on brushing on that gunmetal paint. There we go. Nice and slow. It's not a race, it is just a journey, as some might say. Which is really what it's all about. Enjoying the painting process and not forcing it. I'm going to cover the bottom just so that there's no edges that aren't painted. I'm not going to care about full coverage on the bottom though. And then get in that corner. Oh, that's a tight corner. I got hit right there. I think I hit it pretty good. No mess ups on that corner. And then other side of this lip of the boot. Let me know if you want me to zoom in on anything as we work. Just say something in chat, because I don't look through the camera lens when I'm painting. I like to look through my eyes. Find it a little bit easier to see real color, since the camera likes to change colors a little bit, and I feel like I see a little bit easier with my real eyes than through the camera. Maybe I should get some of those magnifier glasses. Then we gotta get the top lip of the boot. Sorry if this is a little difficult to see. It's difficult for me to see as well, just being where it is. Thankfully, very, very small mistakes will be covered when we go to do shades. So it doesn't need to be 100% perfect. It needs to be like, I'd say probably like 95. You know, if there's a small little thing, that's fine, because that'll get covered. But as long as we're mostly there. Now let's get this kneecap done as well. And just really take our time with it, because this is not a race. And if it were, we wouldn't be winning anyway. Which is okay. Which is A-okay. At the top of that as well. There we go. And then we'll try to get the bottom of that as well, if I can see where it is. Just like that. And then tickle just the side. Tickle this angle as well. Yeah, don't be afraid to speak up if you need me to move the camera. More than happy to adjust anything so it's easier for you guys to see. Or if you guys want to talk about something, always open for conversations during these. As talking with you guys kind of makes it a little bit more more relaxing for me. Helps time go by, since a lot of this is fair. It's entertaining, but it's always more fun to enjoy the experience with someone else, I'd say. Ooh, that went on there. Nice. Nice and defined color. Yeah. I would like to get the back of that boot just a little bit better. There we go. Our boots and knee pad are done. Yes, baby? You're fine. Wife came in. She likes to stare at me while I do stuff on the stream. Well, look at those boots. Our boy's looking fresh. And because of how thin we paint, it's actually already, you can see it's already dry, which is kind of cool. Drink break. Next, I think we're going to try to, let's see, we'll hit the shoulder pad right up here. So, break up the paint just a little bit from our wet palette. There we go. And just start laying that on. Why we start with the boot instead of going with the big panels? I don't know. One of life's mysteries why I chose that. Oh well. That's okay though. Whatever makes it easy. Or whatever you decided. Doesn't matter in the end. As long as we can get the paint down. All has to get done anyway, right? Nice and thin lines. Oh, that was a difficult area. Not the easiest area to do. We'll wait for this to get dry before moving on. Or that area. Just because I can see the paint's wanting to tear on me. So, get the other side now. Right here you can kind of see how important it is that we're cleaning our line work. So it doesn't go over. Because you can see how powerful that steel is and where that green was. How overwhelming it is. Almost. Ooh, starting to tear on that. I don't think we went over anywhere. Yeah. I think that was cleanly applied. Let that dry because I don't want to tear that paint that's on that first surface. Then we can head back in there with another layer of paint. Clean my brush. Because we'll be here for a while. Doing this. So I'll get this bottom piece. In that cavity. In there as well. Really just try to work it around. Paint around. I've not decided what we're going to make the buckles because we already have so many browns. I haven't decided I'll make that brown or black. Wait, I think down there was actually a belt buckle. Oops. There we go. Move it over to the front. Actually, I think this is coming on there pretty clean. Cannot be mad with how this is layering on. Get the cod piece. Just like so. You can see the vision that's kind of coming together now. Now that we have kind of the base done. Still not there, but you can definitely see the image. You can see the vision. Just like that. Load up the brush again. There we go. And then back side of this shoulder. What was this called? A pauldron? The raised area of a shoulder pad? Is that a pauldron? Anyone know? I don't know. But we're going to paint it. It's going to be an area I have to be very careful of because there's a spot near the ear I need to get. You can see right there where that ear is. The other side of it is a spot I need to hit with the gunmetal. Without hitting the ear, or worse, the face. Which thankfully I think we got. Nope, coming up. Model's moving off frame. Moving back. My own fault, of course. Nope, we got that paint. I love it. Oh, let me try to clean that up quick. Let me try to clean that up. Okay, I think I cleaned that up. We got just like the smallest little bit of metallic where we didn't want it. No, that looks pretty good. You know, we did a small little mess up. Now on to this shoulder pad. Let's see. Okay. I think this part's metallic. Right. I think right here is a metal. And that bottom part is leather. If I had to take a guess. Let me see. Back to it. Let's try to do something with the stream, but it didn't quite turn out that way. Couldn't figure out how to do it quickly, so we'll just keep moving forward. I suppose. I suppose. There we go. There we go. Very, very nice. Yes, baby. Let's see, where's the metals on this side? I think it's right here. Problem is there's an ear, so I really don't want to hit the ear. The ear's so close to it. There we go. Ah, that's going to be difficult to get in there. Really regretting having the cage on the face to begin with. And not doing that all separately. That was one of the things I wanted to challenge myself with, was doing full assembly painting as opposed to my normal. Ah, jeez. Sub-assembly. There we go. Got a little paint on the head where I didn't want him. So, take a drink. Back to paint. Wait, let's see. Oh, yeah, I just wasn't talking. My apologies, Landon. Sometimes on these, if there's not a lot of people around, I just don't talk too much. Because, kind of gets boring. You kind of like just sitting here trying to talk to yourself for several hours. Oh, no, wait. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. But yeah. What up, Landon? It's good to see you again. Yeah, I can make this one public if you want. This is actually kind of more of an interesting one because before we were just doing more greens and leathers, But I think the steel really is what brings it all together. But a lot of times, if no one's talking in chat, I kind of just like vibe. Granted, I do like it when people talk in chat. Big pog when they do that. Big, big, big. Love it because it gives me something to kind of think about besides, oh, how can I get my brush in there? Nice way to break things up is just by talking to chat. No, that was our boy Landon. That is our boy Landon. A true G. A real one, as some might say. Hit it from the bottom side. Because there's a lot of red peeking out. This shred's actually this steel's taken a lot longer than I anticipated. I was thinking we had like maybe a couple more weeks of doing these models, but this is still the first orc. This is still the first orc, and we haven't not finished all the steel. So, and we still got to color the steel too. So, I think we'll be on these for a while, unfortunately. Just to bring it to the standard that I want them to be at. So we have high standards here. Yo, what up, Jordan? Good seeing you again. Good seeing you. Been a little bit since I've seen you in a live. How you been doing? Yeah, my foot's is wrapped around the charging wire. Give me one sec. There we go. That was getting me tripped up. Okay. Dab that. Good seeing you too. Oh, thank you. Much appreciated, Jordan. What about me? Oh, I've been pretty good. I got married. Just got back last week. I was hoping I could make it to one of these last Wednesday, but we didn't. I didn't end up getting home until like 12 at night, and obviously really tired after all that. So that's been a journey. Wife is with me at the moment. She's just in a different room because she doesn't like to be with these on the live streams. Not sure why. She is fully invited to join and conversate. But, no, life's been pretty good lately. I don't think things can go too wrong when you just get married, right? Obviously they can, but for the most part, when you get married, things go well for just a little bit, you know? Which is nice. Nice and good. Gonna get inside this faceplate. This way. There we go. On the bottom side of that tusk. Now, life's been going good. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, the wedding was very good. Food was good. Everyone had a good time, it sounded like. So, a lot of good stories, a lot of good pictures. So, I haven't gone to a lot of weddings, but I think it was a good one. Very excited to finally be married, obviously. Think I got a good one. She's the problem is she's not from America, so we're gonna have to go through an immigration process, which, you know, not ideal, but it is what it is. Not much you can do about it. Would I recommend? Would I do it again? Yeah, but ooh, there goes our model. But things are what they are, right? Also, I think this guy's done for now. We can actually do this buckle quick. But this guy is kind of done for now. Question, do I play Roblox? I do not play Roblox, unfortunately. I know that there's a lot of people who play Roblox. But, I'm a little bit older than when Roblox came out, you know, so I never really gravitated to it. And just in terms of, like, uh, YouTube content, Roblox is very saturated, and it's a very hard market to kind of get into for, like, starting a channel. Despite it being, I think I read somewhere that it was the most popular game ever, which I thought was very interesting because I thought that was like I thought that was Minecraft, honestly. But no, I know a lot of people like it. It does very well for some people. It's just a niche that I never really got into. You know, especially since I try to do more horror stuff and some indie games as well. And try to keep the channel nice and spicy. I gotta get the little buckle right there. Hang on. Buckles are something I do have to spend a little bit more time focusing on because they're so small. That said, I'm more when it comes to Roblox. Let's see. Oh, I need to hit this panel again. Hand. Oh, perfect. There was one spot where I had to get the that was difficult, and I did not get any paint anywhere I didn't want it to be. All right, back to what I was saying about Roblox. But yeah, Roblox is very popular. I know it is, and the problem is it's just a very big market, so it makes it hard to kind of get into Roblox content. And we've kind of just been getting out into the dispatch world, you know, with ad hoc. Ad Hoc's Dispatch. And that's been going very well. I think not as well as obviously as it could, since it's still not monetized. Warhammer stuff has been doing well on the channel, so I think we'll start leaning more into Warhammer stuff. Just because that's where analytics are. Into that corner. Corners are a little tricky on models. But let's see, what are you saying? Can you give it a try, please? I play it and I can show you some games. You play gun games, right? Honestly, we don't do too many gun games. Like, I'm assuming you mean like FPS? Competitive shooters? I don't do too many of those just because I'm getting too old and not good enough at them. Granted, I did used to play a lot Siege. Siege was kind of my go-to for a long time. Is that a hair? I think, how did a hair get on our model? See that? Yeah, I'm just not a big gun game kind of person. But who knows? Honestly, I've not really tried gun games in several years. And last time I played was on console still. And before I continue the conversation, I think we're done with this model for now. So we can move on to the next one. Oh, it took an hour to get that one done. We're never getting... let me just stretch a little bit. This is going to be a while. I think in order to preserve my sanity, we're going to do a gobbo. A goblin. Otherwise, I'm going to lose my sanity on those big orcs. And take D4 psychic damage. Do I have a computer? Yes. All content that you see on the channel is recorded on... no, I shouldn't say that. All content you see on the channel uses a computer. But some of it was recorded on Switch. Is what I should say. Depending on the game. Because we did play Catherine on the Switch. Because that had the complete version of the game. Which, go check that out if you are interested in our other content and series that we have done. If you are so inclined. It really does help me out when you give me watch time on the channel. And of course, have your friends subscribe, since if you know anything about YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to start getting monetized from ads, which would be pretty cool if we ever reach there before February, when they change a lot of the rules. Right now, we are still a decent ways away from hitting that metric, but a lot of our growth has happened in the past month-ish. So there is a chance that we can hit it by that time. But yeah, we do have a computer. I built it myself. It is a Ryzen 778 X3D with a 4070 Ti GPU and 64 gigabytes of RAM. So you know I'm swimming in RAM. Schloop. Not gonna lie, I went to the Goblin because I was thinking it's easier. I was misled. I was deceived, guys. The Goblin is not any easier. He's not harder though. About the same, if I had to say so. For all ages aren't really or age ratings are not really a concern for me, Jordan. Just so you know, is what I should say. For some calls SWAT on me. Kind of, or I guess it kind of does, because it depends on. It does affect what I can post on YouTube, but like I can't just do raw Outlast footage. I have to use the censored version because of how graphic and the nature of that game. But for the most part, not really an issue in terms of like what content we can upload in terms of gaming. I'll think about it. Tell me what game you want me to play in Roblox, and I'll check it out. How about that? I'll make you that deal, Jordan, and maybe I'll make a video. But I'm not going to promise doing a lot of videos on Roblox, just because there is a lot of games I do need to play. Rivals isn't Rivals isn't that a like an actual game? Like Marvel Rivals? Are you talking about something different? Is there like a Roblox version of Rivals? Rivals gun game? I'll have to look into it. I don't even have a Roblox account. I don't even have a Roblox account, if I'm being completely honest. So I'll have to check it out after stream to even know what you're talking about. And maybe I'll be able to find it, maybe not, because like I said, I don't know anything about it. But I'll check it out. How about that? I'll make you that deal. Ooh, that's a bad spot. That's an entire spot that's going to be difficult to hit. Thankfully, it is an area that might not be seen when it's fully based. So we can kind of cheat our way through that way. Yeah. What is that? Oh, is that your Roblox account, Jordan? Let me get back in here. Maybe I'll add you. Mainly because I don't know how much I'll actually be playing Roblox, you know? Maybe and depends if, oh, hang on, give me a sec. That's a tight area. There we go. Clean. Clean. We love it clean. Well, maybe. Like I said, I don't think I'll be using Roblox that much. But maybe. Oh, I gotta get this area too. There we go. I think that that shoulder pad's good enough. Now let's get that booty. A little boot. Get the boot. And it's not even really a boot. It's more of a steel toe. Honestly. There we go. Honestly, that boot went on there really easy. Can we focus on it? There we go. We're gonna have to get those eyes too. Once we get the metal colored, when we turn this into an actual color, because it won't be staying it won't be staying silver. We'll go through and do details. I'm not sure if I'm still deciding how we want to do the eyes. If we want to do red eyes or yellow eyes. So let me know down below, or comment below where what color you want to see those eyes. If you want the normal red or maybe the yellow. I think either or could work once we're done. Because remember, we're going to make the armor red. Or more like a maroon, burgundy red, And it looked pretty sick, No matter what, these models are going to look sick. I think they look sick already. So it's going to look even more sick as they get closer to being done. Right? There we go. This is going to be a difficult spot as well. Right on that chest or that collar. But there we go. We got it. Difficult spot, but we did not falter. We did not fail. That's what matters. Get the face now. That face plate. Perfect. I see that one on there a little bit cleaner than I expected. Oh, no problem. Jordan, you don't have to apologize if you leave. I'm not going to hold you hostage. You know, you're allowed to come and go as you please. Just always good to see you, you know? Good to see a familiar face while we paint. Oh, you gotta go? Oh, but hey, it was good seeing you again, Jordan. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you got friends that would be enjoying that would like to watch this, please share it over to them. Maybe they will enjoy it as well. Since all the support we can get on the channel is very much appreciated. Even just stopping by is much appreciated for a couple of minutes, as everything helps. You'll come back later, though? Oh, no problem. Oh, what time is it? Yeah, I'll still be on. I plan to be doing this for another hour and a half, at least. So, if you can come back later, that's great. If not, I think the recording will still be live. Or I'll have the recording up as well on public. Yeah. Don't feel bad that if you gotta go or anything. Life happens. It's more important that you enjoy what you do with your life and do your things than stick around watching me paint, you know? Because I don't want to be the reason you miss something, you know? It's important to spend time with family and friends and all of that. But if you got time to stop by, or if you just want to hang out, that is great as well. As I try to get into this little crevice. Yeah, I should definitely sub-assembly this. I regret every second that I did not do this in a sub-assembly. And it really showed. I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing that I'm so dependent on sub-assembly. But that's really my biggest crutch, I think, is how much I rely on sub-assemblies. Nope, we dropped it. Sorry, I gotta focus right now. Because this is kind of a hard spot. So my sincere apologies. I kind of gotta squat up right here so we do a good job. You know? There we go. Looking fresh, looking fresh. Fresh and fresh. Just gotta get the other side now. Which apologies, I'm gonna have to really focus on, so I can't really talk a lot. So we gotta focus. In this part. There we go. Try to get underneath that nose. There we go. That is it for this guy and his metals. His metallics. At least for this color. Alright. We will do another orc. Or I don't want to do this orc. This orc looks hard. We'll do a different one. Let's see. This one. Same as the one we just did, so we can do them. We can definitely do them. Okay. I had a stretch. Oh, I'm getting tired. This is tiring, dude. I've been looking forward to painting for so long, and right when I start doing it, I get tired. I'm tired today. Ain't that a creature? You know? Oh well. We will live. As they say, we will live. Start with the boot. There we go. Other side of the boot. Underside of the top of the tongue of the boot. There we go. Paint just the bottom of the boot. Why do I paint the bottom of shoes? No clue. Can't tell you why. I just like to. Is it a waste of paint? Yes. But at least I realize it's a waste of paint. Unlike some people. It just makes me feel good about myself. Which is sometimes what it's all about. Brr. Next boot. There we go. There we go. This part's just a little hard because it's hard to see. I'm not getting a lot of good light. Frankly, I don't think there's a way I can get good light in this area. Yeah. Everything seems to be going pretty well. Color just the bottom of our boot. Don't care about full coverage because honestly, I think I mainly color the boot just so it adheres to stuff easier. Kind of acts like a primer. Especially the metallics seem to stick just a little better. And then the non-metallics. Mm. Just like that, I think. Looks great. Looks good. Love it. Okay, let's get this cod piece again. Oh, going off the screen again. I want to adjust that camera just a little bit. There we go. There we go. God damn. Okay. Right inside that crevice. Now let's see. Where do we want to hit next? Does this back need to be redone? Or touched up, I should say. I think so. It's time to do the face. I think it is time to do the face. Now we got the body done. So we'll try to get in there. The orc's leather next? What do you mean the orc's leather? He's got his pants done. Huh? You mean his belts? His belts are going to be a wild dobby. I'm telling you that. Belts are going to be like one of the last things that I'm going to do. Besides, these orcs, just this armor is taking me forever, dude. It is taking me a while. Because, oh no, that's fine. Because this is a metallic paint, which means you gotta be extra careful with it. Especially since we've already done the green, and we have such a nice green layer that I have to be very careful that I don't overdo it. Because, if we overdo it, there's a chance we get it on the green. And once it gets on the green, it is a pain to fix. Not impossible. Looks like we lost connection there for a sec. Count. But no. Redoing speed paint when it's already laid on there. Big pain. Mucho paino. So we're going to try to avoid that. But no. Look at that. That's looking sick, dude. That is looking sick. Looking spicy, dude. How it's coming together. Y'all didn't believe me when I had this orca looking red. Now look at us. Now look how spicy we be. The fights are easy. What you mean? You're just bad. Remember, all fights are easy with the God Emperor by our side. So, if you think they're hard, you are not truly loyal to the God Emperor, Dobby. Sorry to tell you. Sorry to tell you. But it is a skill issue of faith. Oh. This straw was supposed to be green. I want too much. Oopsie. Let's see if I can fix that quick. Ta-da! Fixed. Oh, yeah, there we go. We fixed it. Fixed it. I'm going to set him aside. See? I didn't realize that. I thought that was I thought he had a chin strap on. But no, that's actual orc skin. So, yeah, we'll just continue. We can do with upper teeth. No, that was my mistake. I legitimately thought he had like a bottom jaw thing on as well. Not just upper. And the fact that, and because I used how I'm doing the model, that green will be difficult to apply any other way. I'm going to leave the horn pretty much as is for now, because I do want to go over that with some wraith bone. But we will do his braces in the front there with the color, with the steel. Don't forget his eyes. Dog, eyes are like one of the last steps on these on miniatures. The eyes are far away because it's so easy to. They're also one of the hardest things to do, which makes them being the last step a little bit more terrifying, to say the least. But no, I was debating what color we make the eyes, because normally they'll be red, but because the armor is going to be a very dark burgundy, I was debating whether or not we should just do like a yellow for the contrast. You know, because yellow could really work as well. Let's see, we got to get on there as well. What up, Jordan? It's good to see you again. Thank you so much for stopping by once again. Why? Yeah, my hand doesn't have paint. I don't know why it's sticking. Just a little bit to the table. So what? You got news, Jordan? Yeah, I thought about it. I just can't do. I'll have to do it after stream though, to check out Roblox. You know, just because I'm on my phone right now, and I need my hands, so I can't really do much besides paint at the moment. You know, but I'll think about it. Slip that in there, just like that. Tell you what I do need to do is also get a backlight. Are you working on something else? No. Right, or I have other projects to work on as well, besides just what you're seeing here. But I'm not going to do them until these models are done. Obviously, I have other things to work on within Warhammer, but right now I'm putting these orcs as top priority, just because I need them done for reasons to meet a schedule for playing with a Lost Store owner. Which I think I'll be able to hit target and have done. How old do I think you are? If I had to take a guess, let's see. I'm going to guess like 10 to 12, mainly because of the Roblox thing. I think that's I think that's Roblox's target demographic, right? You know, just knowing that you like Roblox. I think that's the target demographic of Roblox, you know? If I had a guess, but please don't put that information in the chat as it's goes against YouTube's privacy policy, or like don't disclose information policy. So, and obviously I don't want to break any of those rules, but that would be my guess, just based on target demographics. And remember, I will never actually ask you for any of your personal information. So, but if you want me to guess, I'll definitely take a stab at it, you know? No, that's good. I was close. Ta-da! Honestly, we're really close. Once we get all this metallic done, it's literally just going to be painting the red on the panels so that they have the color we want, because we don't want steel. We want like a red steel. And then it's just going to be detail work. So like all the leather bits, the horns, and then obviously the eyes. And maybe like, and then after that, it's just a quick little shade paint. They'll bring in some nice shadows, which we already have good shadow coverage. But yeah, we are actually it may not look like it, but we are very close. Also, I should be hitting that tongue, but nah, I'll do that during detail step. Yeah, this guy's done for now. How you guys like him? I think it's really good progress for where we are. I'm going to take a drink break. Glad you love it. Orcs orkin', yep. Orcs are orkin', dude. Well, orcs are orkin'. We do have to do a goblin, though. Gotta switch her up. Okay, so we gotta do this foot pedal. I think we gotta do both his feet. He's got that little shoulder pad, knee pad right there, and then obviously the face. That's what we're going to hit on this guy. I'm going to leave the tunic. I want to make the tunic the same red that we're going to be putting on the armor. So we got to go goblin mode. Interestingly enough, I do want to do the goblin faction in Age of Sigmar. So maybe we'll do that eventually. But I was thinking about like monetization and stuff, you know, when we finally get to that point on YouTube. Because I don't know if we'll be able to hit the 4,000 hours that we need to by end of the year. Right? Because that's the main thing that I am worried about for like full monetization on YouTube. But I'll get to your question in 1 second, Jordan. Just let me finish my thought. Because it was a thing I was thinking about for like this painting stuff. But there is another thing on YouTube related to it's like a Patreon system where you pay and then you get like some kind of bonuses, right? And what I was thinking about for when we get there, which is 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours, which I think is very possible by end of the year for us. Just seeing like how channel growth has been going, you know, did I just get paint on the toes? I just got paint on the toes. But I think once we get to the part where you guys can like become channel members and like donate money to the channel, we will start the Space Marine Army, which will be a Death Watch, and anyone who decides to give to become a member will get their very own Death Watch model within the Space Marine Army. You know, that was just something I was thinking about today. And you can choose like your chapter and stuff. And so that was just what I was thinking. I was like, oh, that might be kind of cool since we do Warhammer painting. But on to Jordan's question, do you watch anime? Yes. Let me preface that. I do watch anime, but I have not watched anime in a while, is what I'll say. I've just been busy. YouTube takes a lot of my time. Do I like anime? Yes. Do I have time for it right now? Not really, unfortunately. But One Piece is goated. You know? And once I kind of get into, I don't know, my life keeps on throwing curveballs. So as you know, I try to do a weekly video, daily shorts, and do these live streams. Honestly, the live streams are some of the best ways that have been supporting the channel especially with subs. If any of you are watching that aren't subbed and you would like to, please consider doing so. Or recommend to your friends. But like I was saying, streams have been doing very good on the channel for just getting watch time. Depending on what we're streaming, it really does help the watch time. I think our highest one time we had 200 viewers on a stream, and we were able to get 172 hours of watch time, which is absolutely insane on our channel. But yeah, with the wedding and traveling back and forth to see my now wife, that always throws a curveball in my schedule and stay on top of content for the channel. Otherwise, I think I would definitely have time for anime. Let me get this one spot. What other animes do I watch? I watched Bungo Stray Dogs. That was really good. I really did enjoy Bungo Stray Dogs. I did watch My Hero Academia, but I need to finish reading the manga. My problem is if I want to I want to read the manga before watching the anime, you know. So like I watched Death Note, but I also read Death Note. I watched the first season of One Punch Man, but it's hard to actually watch One Punch Man. Yeah, My Hero Academia. Let me check my wall. I did watch Jujutsu Kaisen. What's another one? Me and the wife were also watching Assassination Classroom and Spy X Family. If you didn't know, her PC has like a soft Spy X Family theme to it, which she really did enjoy. And she's like, "Oh, it's Anya." You like My Hero Academia? Same. I'll say this: I like the show. I do not like the fandom. I just think the show's cool, you know? It's a very cool concept. But unfortunately, the one thing I don't like about My Hero Academia is I feel like they spent so much time building their world and kind of like fleshing it out. And I haven't finished it yet, but I feel like it's going to be a very rushed ending, unfortunately. And it's going to kind of, because I was like looking into it and I was like, hey, they're like halfway through, or they're like kind of close to being done. And it doesn't feel like it's close to being done, you know? So my biggest fear with that one is that it's going to be a super rushed ending instead of like doing a proper, like fully breathed out ending, you know? I really do hope that they take their time with it if it hasn't ended already. Nope, I'm getting off screen, aren't I? So that's just my concern with it. I obviously hope they do the best, but let's see. I love the anime watching. I that you are watching. I watch those as well. Uh, I would prefer if you didn't give me a spoiler for My Hero Academia, as I haven't finished that one yet. Let's see. You know, yeah, no spoilers. Dobby hasn't finished it either. Dobby will be cranky. If you spoil it, I will read every single volume of Jujutsu Kaisen and spoil everything for you, Jordan. And I will even read the Japanese version. Just to get that far ahead of spoilers. Oh, you got to go? That's all right. Thank you so much for stopping by, Jordan. It's always good seeing you. Take care and enjoy the rest of your night. Let's see. Let's keep on painting this mask. Fortunately, it's got like these weird spikes that make my small world. To make my it just like hits my brush weird, you know? That's all I gotta say. These weird little spikes sometimes hit my brush weird. And I'm like, really? That's gonna get in my way? You like how pointy it is? Of course you do, Debbie. I bet you think about that scene from The Dictator all the time. Can we just make it a little more pointy? Okay. I think we're honestly almost out of paint on our palette. I might have to drop more in there. Which is surprising it lasted this long. I thought I was going to refill already, but the paint lasted over 2 hours. Somehow. Anyone who says I waste paint, if I waste paint, how did I make 2 hours out of a tiny little dollop of paint? Huh? Riddle me that. Riddle me with that, your accusations, sir. I gotta get underneath the jaw. Can't wait to get home later tonight. Ah. Why are you working all night today again? Or are you just playing Rogue Trader again tonight? Doobly. Hmm. honestly, I think that's done. Three cat leashes? Dog, that ain't gonna go well. You gotta get one. I'll tell you this, cats do not want to work together when it comes to walking. That is a fact of life. That's what our model looks like, though, when it's done. Pretty sick. Oh my god, this... Oh, 2 orcs and 2 gobos in 2 hours and 20 minutes. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, that... Dog. Why is this taking so long just to put on the steel? Oh, my back. I'll make them work out different ones when I walk them separately. Nah. Honestly, I think that's all I got left in me. I don't want to drop more paint off. So, but just a quick little recap. This is the model we got. We'll continue doing these probably next week, I think. I don't think I have a lot of time during the week just because the wife is here. Otherwise, I'll be doing them over the weekend. But thank you all so much for stopping by. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I'm messing my outro. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video, and be sure to check out our content on the channel, as it helps me a lot. And recommend to your friends as well if you have enjoyed. So maybe they will like it as well. But until the next one, have a great rest of your night, and I hope to see you later. And just so you know, we will be doing a stream on Friday as well, which will probably be Rogue Trader. So, once again, thank you all so much for stopping by, and see you later.